Thanksgiving Day.
All right, look, it's fun this time of year getting scared at haunted houses, right? It's an annual Halloween tradition a lot of us look forward to. Fun being terrified by skeletons, goblins, and gore.
But it's a whole different story if you're scared on your first date. Dating is scary enough. We don't need to make it scarier.
Yes.
So Hope is joining us. Hope is a dating expert with It's Just Lunch, talking about how to make your first date not look like this. Because, you know, it can be, let's be honest, it's a little nerve-wracking and scary just going on a first date, isn't it?
Exactly. So my first tip is don't overindulge with your words. Too much information is not good. While honesty is the best policy, your first date should be upbeat. It should be fun. For example, talking about your family drama, maybe save that for date number 10.
Right.
Not the
first
first
fact that
date.
your dog had the liver transplant, like, no, not so.
So just have fun on the first date. Get the vibe of the person. You don't have to share your whole life story and all the drama.
Exactly. You don't want your date to feel like we're just in a therapy session and they are your counselor.
That's scary.
Let's talk for just a second, though, because you said the honesty is the best policy. We all come with our own baggage. We all come with our own skeletons in the closet. Hey.
Yeah.
Now, what's your policy on that for a first date? Nobody wants to hear all your
exactly, and that's my next tip. It's Just Lunch, I always tell my clients this. On the first date, the skeletons, they need to stay in your closet. They don't go on the dinner table. And it kind of goes back to too much information too soon. Don't scare away your date by talking about your ex. You're really on that first date to see, do we have potential to have a relationship? Not to talk about your past relationships and why they didn't work out.
I mean, that's one quick way to scare someone away, is to talk about your last significant
And
other.
these things should come up as you get to know someone better.
Absolutely.
You're just saying on a first date, avoid them.
Exactly. These are things that as you form a relationship with someone, you're going to have those discussions. You're going to learn about each other. But on your first date, if you're sitting there talking about why your past relationships failed, that's scary. You're
we don't
in
have
trouble.
that much time.
Okay.
Listen.
To me, the scariest moment on any date is the awkward silence. You ever had that on a date?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, do. You're looking around, like hoping for anything.
Chirp, chirp.
Yes.
Clients tell me that is the moment that they fear the most, when you're on a date with someone who's not engaged.
Yes.
So you feel almost like you're conducting a job interview where you're putting all the questions out there and your date is answering them, but they're not engaged. They're not asking you anything about yourself, and you keep racking your brain. Okay, well, what am I going to ask next? I always say, think of it like a tennis game. If there is nobody on the other side, then you're just throwing balls over there and it's not being returned.
Which a lot of times happens on first dates. Balls are thrown.
Oh, man.
You need to make sure you're both engaged.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. I couldn't teed it up. I let that one go.
So the point is, stay engaged. Make sure you're present. Make sure when your date asks you something about yourself, answer it, and then ask them something about
What do you do if you're with someone who's a dud and isn't answering any of your questions? It's a one-sided thing. What do you do?
Exactly. That is a bad date. That is like a horror date. That is a date killer.
So don't go on date 2 with them then.
Exactly. I mean, obviously that person's not going to make it very far, but you know, that person needs to know that if they want to have more success in dating, be present. Know that you have to be engaged in asking the other person a question, or you're not going to get a second date.
You got any more tips? We're short on time. One more tip, real quick.
One tip is just listen. Sometimes we are asking questions, but a male client told me this the other day, out with a gorgeous woman. Well, then she was answering, and I was thinking, oh, she's got really beautiful eyes. Her smile's really gorgeous. Actually pay attention to what they're saying, because you might actually miss your segue to a second date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a dog too? Oh, maybe we can take our dogs to the dog park this weekend.
Okay, so the biggest tip I'm going to take from that is it's a tennis match. You both must touch the balls back and forth. You must participate. I think that's important to participate. Don't worry, Chris, I'll write that down for you. Don't forget to connect with Hope at It's Just Lunch for more dating advice. Go to www.itsjustlunchcolorado.com. Chris is going to come back after the break when he's not so angry with me.